The way that the Boku works is you're on top Facebook games or virtual worlds out there. And when you buy a virtual currency, you can put in your mobile phone number instead of all that stuff that goes with credit card address, CVV, and have the charge show up on your mobile phone bill. But historically, carriers have taken 30 to 40% for that charge. And we're now seeing and having partnerships with carriers where the rates are coming down to about 10%, which enables us to start moving beyond virtual goods that have no cost of goods sold to things like digital goods, which have licensing, and then maybe even physical goods, which actually have material costs.
Ron Herson is the co-founder of Boku, one of the largest mobile payments companies for virtual goods. The service, which is available in more than 60 countries, has raised north of $40 million. As carrier rates come down to 10% and below, Boku is trying to become the PayPal in mobile payments. What do you think has been the driver of that? When you talk to these carriers and you're trying to convince them to bring their rates down, historically they've been stubborn. So what do you think is the catalyst now in this evolution of the space?
So we're live Boku in 60 countries and have transactions running through the system over this last couple of years that have created a great proof case that we can take to carriers and say, well, your fraud rates are non-existent, customer care calls are low, and you actually have this great incremental revenue. That combined with the fact that mobile as an opportunity is starting to plateau. Minutes obviously have plateaued and eventually data will follow the same. So there's a need for carriers to explore new revenue opportunities, and payments is a great value-added service.
Mm-hmm. So where does it need to be for you to be happy? Obviously 0% of carrier rates would be ideal, but not going to happen. Where do you think you can reasonably get these carriers to? Can you get below 10%?
So yeah, we're basically following a model that you see live in South Korea and in Japan with companies like Mobilians with SK Telecom and NTT Docomo, where depending on the thing that you're buying, they have different rates. And for me, really what I'm focused on is the consumer's experience. The consumer wants to be able to pay with an easy method of payment like the mobile phone. And if the cost is too high, the merchants are either going to pass on fees or not let them choose mobile. And so my goal, what would really make me happy is to have the fee rate where a merchant can make money, the carrier can make money, we can make a little bit, but the consumer gets the benefit of an easy method to check out.
So right now, a lot of your business is based in virtual gaming and virtual currency. And so for 2011, how do you plan to start rolling out this broader business plan?
So it'll be in trials in each vertical. So you'll see partnerships with companies that deliver movies or songs, for example, and start there and move eventually into true e-commerce, and maybe even things like you'll see pizza, where I'd be able to buy a pizza by putting in my phone number.
There are so many users in this space though, right? There's OvoPay, there's PayPal, there's all these companies that are crossing between the virtual currency, virtual goods area and these real world transactions. So how do you plan to define yourself in this market?
So the things we've done so far are build out a bank grade system, get the largest amount of merchants, get the transactions flowing through the system, be as broad as we can in the countries that we serve, and take that rolled up service that deals with all the complexity of carrier relations, the technologies that they have, VAT, foreign exchange, reconciliation, remittance, and deliver a very seamless API to each one of the merchants so that they can connect via basically as simple as a Visa or a PayPal connection, the ability to let customers around the world charge via their mobile phone.
Your ability to become the next PayPal, though, is contingent on these carrier fees coming down, right? How successful do you think you'll be in terms of being able to get that by next year?
So when we started, we assumed that it would be a couple of years out before we'd see the kind of drop that we're seeing right now. And I don't imagine that all carriers will move in lockstep. I think you'll see some that are more forward-thinking, like a partnership with Globe in the Philippines is down to 2%. We have some partnerships at the 10% level that we'll be announcing in the next couple months. But I do believe that even in 2011, 2012, there will be some carriers globally that are hanging on to the 30 to 40%. But over time, the case gets borne out that if you want to be able to take advantage of letting people pay for not just virtual goods, but digital goods and physical goods, the rates need to come down.